Viewers, the latest news about Ethiopia, Amhara, Afar, and Tigray region is that first we are receiving several reports about the ongoing war in the Afar region between Afar forces, its allies, and Tigray Defense Force. And in addition, there have been several reports about the ongoing dispute between Ethiopia and Tigray that we will share with you in this video. Because as I have informed you in previous video that heavy fighting is going on between Afar forces and Tigray Defense Force in many areas of Afar region. And the Eritrean army is supporting the Afar forces in this fight and fighting against Tigray Defense Force in conjunction with Afar forces. Viewers, according to the latest reports, now fighting has intensified again in several areas of the Afar region. And there are reports from several sources that Tigray Defense Force has taken control of 6 districts of Afar region. It has also been confirmed by the Afar administration that 6 districts of the Afar region are under the control of Tigray Defense Force. But so far, there is no statement from Tigray Defense Force about it. According to reports received from Tigray Defense Force sources, in several areas of the Afar region, heavy fighting is going on between Afar forces, its allies, and Tigray Defense Force. And according to Tigray Defense Force, there are Eritrean soldiers in the Afar region who are trying to enter the Tigray region from the Afar border. And Tigray Defense Force is present in the Afar region to defeat the forces who are trying to enter the Tigray region. In addition, reports have been received that Tigray Defense Force soldiers are entering the Amhara region, and we are trying to find out more about whether Tigray Defense Force soldiers are really entering the Afar region or not, and if the Tigray Defense Force soldiers have entered the Afar region, for what purpose they have entered. Because no report has been received yet from the Amhara government and the Tigray government about it. And according to the reports, the leaders of Tigray and chairman of the Tigray People's Liberation Front, Dr. Debretsion has dismissed suggestion that the Ethiopian Federal Forces thwarted their last year's advance on Addis Ababa, saying the group decided to drop their bid to capture the capital to avoid bloodshed. The Ethiopian Federal Forces in November 2020 launched a military operation backed by Eritrea, Somalia, United Arab Emirates, Amhara, and other Ethiopian regional states to oust the Tigray People Liberation Front led regional government from power. And the Ethiopian Federal Forces entered Mekelle and the Tigray forces retreated to mountainous areas of the region. But a few months on, the group made an unexpected comeback, pushing the Ethiopian National Defense Force to Afar and Amhara region, sparking concern that Addis Ababa would fall to the Tigray Defense Force. And last year, however, Tigray Defense Force retreated from Amhara and Afar. Ethiopia's government, however, insists that its army pushed Tigray forces out of these areas. And last month, Tigray Defense Force announced that they had returned to some areas in Afar to thwart attacks against Tigray region from the border areas of Afar. And speaking on the BBC News or on Saturday, Debretsion dismissed that they were defeated and said they refused to enter Addis Ababa. because the international community had advised them that there would be bloodshed if they were to proceed and that they withdrew to give peace a chance. And our withdrawal did not mean that we were weak and we were giving peace a chance. No military force has pushed us. We have simply withdrawn. And we were on the offensive. We were moving forward, but we said, let's hold. The international community was saying, stop. Do not move to Addis Ababa because there would be a bloodshed. So it was a decision to give peace a chance. And the Tigray Defense Force chief said, when asked if his group is ready for investigation into alleged war crimes by the parties to the conflict, Dr. Debretsion welcomed any investigation, but said there was difference between the crimes committed by the federal government forces in Tigray and those committed by his forces in the regions of Amhara and Afar. And we say we are ready for the security, we are ready for the investigation, but that is not in parallel with what has happened in Tigray, because in Tigray they have done atrocities. And we are not saying that what has been done in Tigray has also been done in Afar and Amhara. No, what has been done in Tigray is completely different, because what has been done in other areas could be indiscipline issues, while what has been done in Tigray is systematic destruction, he added. And Dr. Debretsion further said the current presence of the Tigray People's Liberation Front in Afar region is for defensive purposes because Eritrean forces and regional forces have been crossing frequently to Tigray region, and his forces returned to part of Afar to end those attacks by the federal and regional forces. And our mission in Afar is defensive. We have been attacked several times for several weeks by special forces from Afar. Eritrean forces and militias from Afar were conducting operations against our forces, and they were crossing into Tigray borders. They were obstructing humanitarian supplies. They have killed hundreds of Tigrayans. They have looted properties, and thousands have been arrested and raped, he said. And so finally, we have to respond for security reasons. We have to remove those who have crossed into our territory, and we have to remove and attack those who are in the proximity of Tigray. Which on the other hand, President Uhuru Kenyatta and President Paul Kagame held one-on-one talks at State House, Nairobi, while President Paul Kagame was in the country on a working visit. And the two leaders affirmed their commitment to working together to find lasting solution to conflicts facing Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, and Somalia. And they also pledged to play a leading role in prompting dialogue and peace amongst the warring parties. And the two leaders also discussed emerging issues concerning the region and the continent. And the discussion covered topics including trade and transport, and the pair discussed areas of cooperation between the two countries. And President Kenyatta stressed Rwanda's strategic position in the region and its importance to Kenya, especially as a gateway to the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo and the wider Great Lakes region market. And he condemned Rwanda's move to reopen its Gituna border with Uganda, saying it will ease the movement of goods and people between the two neighboring countries. So viewers, so far the latest update. For more latest update, please subscribe channel. Thanks for watching.